Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to the reading of Dialectic, Spiritualism, a Vedic view on Western philosophy by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Presently this book is published under the name Beyond Illusion and Doubt, and we are Shravanam Diaries podcast. I'm your host Sulalita Devidasi and we're reading chapter number 10 entitled John Stuart Mill. So, disciple. Concerning morality, Mill writes, quote, "Belief, then, in the supernatural, great as are the services which it rendered in the earlier stages of human development, cannot be considered to be any longer required either for enabling us to know what is right and wrong in social morality, or for supplying us with motives to do right and to abstain from wrong." Srila Prabhupada. Morality means abiding by the orders of God. That is real morality. Other moralities are manufactured and they differ in different countries. Religion and real morality, however, function according to the same principle. Religion means carrying out the orders of God, and morality means following these principles whereby we can fulfill the desires of God. Following those principles whereby we can fulfill the desires of God. Before the battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna considered killing to be immoral. But when he understood from the instructions of Krishna that the fight was necessary, he decided to carry out his duty as a Kshatriya. So this is morality. Ultimately, morality means carrying out the desires of God. Disciple. For Mill, there are two moral sanctions of conduct. One is internal, which is our conscience and sense of duty. Srila Prabhupada. What does he mean by conscience? A sense of duty is different from conscience. It is our duty to receive instructions from higher personalities. If we do not, how can we know our duty? Disciple. Mill felt that our duty is that which produces the most good for the most people. Srila Prabhupada. That is all so vague. Oh, Govinda. Look, this is just, isn't it like Srila Prabhupada, he had so much common sense, and like you read, sometimes you read such things, like this is, your duty is that which produces the most good for the most people. You know, like in general situation, everyone will be like, yay! But Srila Prabhupada is like, this is all so vague. And this is so true when, you talk about any speculated ideas or speculated knowledge or speculative slogans, it's all so vague. It is very vague. Ultimately, nobody knows what they're doing. And honest people openly say that. Like, I've seen many memes which say that I'm a 30 or 40-year-old adult and I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's very vague, these kind of philosophies. So, Srila Prabhupada, this is all so vague. What if everyone wants to take drugs? What if everyone wants to take drugs? It is our duty to help them? How can a rascal understand what his duty is? One has to be trained to know. Yes, it also reminded me, I was writing an introduction for one of the Prabhupada's books that I read on my website, or shravanamdiaries.com, and I mentioned that, and then we will be able to finally follow the innermost desires of our heart. It sounds very nice, right? And my husband was like, and what if some pedophiles' innermost desires is to do some nonsense with children? And I'm like, yeah, that's so so these ideas are very, very vague. Some people's innermost desires are wrong. What if everybody wants to take drugs? So what does it mean to do good for most people? So Srila Prabhupada describes that one has to be trained to know. Disciple. Mill would say that there is a rational or guiding principle for action, and this is the golden rule of the Christians. Quote, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Srila Prabhupada. This means that you have to approach Christ. You cannot manufacture golden rules yourself. You have to abide by the orders of Christ, and that means approaching a superior authority. Disciple. The second sanction of moral conduct is external. The fear of displeasing other men or God. We hope to win favor through acting morally. Srila Prabhupada, this also means accepting authority. Therefore, the Vedas tell us that if we want to be really learned, we must approach a guru. Did John Stuart Mill have a guru? Disciple. His father, James Mill, was also a great philosopher. Srila Prabhupada. In any case, we must accept some authority, be it Christ or Krishna. Our duty lies in following the orders of the higher authority. Of course, we accept Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as our authority. Disciple. Mill himself rejected many basic Christian tenets, and he even believed that there is no intrinsic value in the belief in the immortality of the soul. He writes, quote, those who believe in the immortality of the soul generally quit life with fully as much, if not more reluctance, as those who have no such expectation. Srila Prabhupada. We have daily experience of how the soul continues, even though the body changes. In our own family, we can see that the body of an infant changes into the body of a boy, a young man, a middle-aged man, and then an old man. In any condition, the soul is the same. Why is it difficult to understand the immortality of the soul? If we cannot understand it, we are not very intelligent. Yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke svadhi kalatradishu bhaumai jadhi yatirtha buddhi salilena karhichit Janyeshvabhigyeshu sa eva gokhara. Quote, a human being who identifies this body made of three elements with his self, who considers the byproducts of the body to be his kinsman, who considers the land of his birth worshipable, and who goes to a pilgrimage, to a place of pilgrimage, simply to take a bath, rather than meet man of transcendental knowledge there, is to be considered like an ass or a cow. Unquote. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.84.13. If a person does not understand the immortality of the soul, he is an animal. There is no question of belief. It is a fact. If a man says, "I don't believe I will grow old," he is ignorant of the facts. If he does not die when he is young, he necessarily grows old. This is a question of common sense, not of beliefs. In the Bhagavad Gita 2.12, Krishna says that there was never a time when we did not exist, nor will there ever be a time when we will cease to exist. The soul is immortal. He never takes birth and never dies. This is the beginning of knowledge. First of all, we must understand what we are. If we do not, we will surely be wrongly directed. We will take care of the body just as a foolish man might take care of a bird cage and neglect the bird within it. Disciple. Mill was not only a utilitarian but a humanist, and he felt that a humanistic religion can have a greater beneficial effect than a supernatural religion. A humanistic religion would foster unselfish feelings and would have man at the center. Srila Prabhupada, without God, how can it be a religion? As I have already explained, religion means carrying out the orders of God. Okay, we're going to stop here for today, at this point. Tomorrow we shall complete this chapter. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website, shravanamdiaries.com. You will find the list of all the books we've read so far, the biography of author, His Divine Grace, and and also episodes timeline. Read this book along with us, share it with your friends, chant Hare Krishna, be happy, know thyself from higher authorities. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.